Hey guys, it's Janice and the Abigail from Ozark Family Homestead, and we have little ducklings hatching in the incubator, hopefully today. So you're gonna have to excuse us. We look kind of rough. We've been outside working in the potato patch this morning, so we got hot and sweaty and probably a little sunburned and everything else, but we came inside for lunch. And the incubator here is behind me. This is our big new incubator. It can hold like 40, right around 40 eggs. And we could hear peeping of little duck babies. And so I thought I'd take you guys along with us, and we'll see how this goes. So I'll turn the camera around and we will see what we can see. So here we go. All right, so this is our new incubator here. This is a big one. It is a still air incubator, and it holds, was it 41 or 42, something like that, eggs. It's a little harder to see in here because it just has this window on top. We have gone through, ducks take 28 days to hatch, and we've gone through a couple times now, and we have candled the eggs, which is what this flashlight thing here is for. And we've looked for signs of fertility, and those that were obviously not fertile we have removed from the incubator. So the only ones in here were ones that either we could see some evidence of fertility, or let me see if I can move the camera. Down here right at the front are these black eggs. This is from a breed of duck called a Cayuga duck, and my friend Rebekah has given me some of hers. These are so dark we can't see, even with candling them, if they are fertile or not. So we may or may not get ducklings out of this. We will see. But we have seen several of them have pipped, which means there is just a little bump on the outside of the shell where the duckling has taken a sharp point in the upper part of their beak and poked through the air pocket inside the fat end of the egg, and then poked a little bit on the shell. So that's what we're looking for at this point. We can see several that have pipped, and there's even, let's see, these ones in the back here that have more of a bluish greenish tint to them. Those are from our mallard ducks. Now we don't know if they're a true fertilization with a mallard male and a mallard female or not, but we know one of those has pipped, and the one with the most change, let's see, it's that one right there that I have the flashlight on. It has the most pip, and the duckling has cracked the shell more than any of the others. So that's the one that if I was a betting woman, I would bet that that one's first. If you watch it closely, you can see that membrane protrude outward. Let's see, I don't know if I can zoom in. We're gonna try. Okay, see if the camera will focus on it. It may not work. I'm trying to get it to where you guys can see. The little duckling sometimes pokes its beak out there. I don't think it's gonna work, guys. Oh, maybe right there. I hope you guys can see. Sometimes it moves and that little duckling sticks its little beak out, but that's what we're watching for today. Last night some of them pipped, so today is actually day 2. It is around 1:30 p.m. and I'm going to take you along with us, and we will see how many little baby ducklings we get out of this batch.
So I meant to catch this as it was happening, but I turned around, and the first one is halfway out of the shell. It's a little black duckling.
I want a pink. Oh, yeah, that's that one. It is a little black one. It doesn't have much room, does it?
No.
Okay, here, let me wash up. I got dirt all over my hands.
Oh, little perfect web foot. Oh! That is so cute.
All right, so it is about 9:14 p.m. So this little one there that you can see, hatched out at about 5 p.m. So several hours have passed. We do not have any others that have hatched. However, we've got the one, let me see if I can point right there. That one that is making the ring. Oh, you can see it. I'm thinking that one may be the next one to come out. We have a couple of the little mallard eggs in the back. Those bluish colored eggs that are going pretty well also. But I can't see those as well. This incubator is not the best one for videoing. But this little one's happy in there. It's over 99 degrees inside here and the humidity is good. So this one is safe and happy. Just like the little chicks, they do not have to eat or drink for a couple days because their body absorbs the yolk in the egg. And it's done that way. That way the mama can sit on the nest of eggs with newly hatched babies for a couple days and wait for them all to hatch out before they move off to find food and water. So the babies are designed to go for several days and be just fine. Oh, it would be nice if I could see this one actually hatch. I know Sarah said she tried to get the first one, but she missed it. Oh, look at that baby. It's working hard. Most of the other children are in bed already. We worked hard today. Out in the garden, I don't know if you can hear, we've got the dishwashers running and the dehydrator's running too. We've got banana chips going in there. Come on, baby. Let me see if we can see here in the back. Right there, those are the mallard eggs. Okay, let's see if we can get in there. It's just a tricky spot. I don't know if it'll focus because of, it just wants to focus on the red. As more babies hatch, we'll remove the eggs and maybe we'll be able to move some up here where it's better to view. I'm hoping when we get up in the morning we have several babies in here. This is our first time using this incubator. And so I'm hoping we get a good hatch rate out of this one. That baby over there. It moves around quite a bit. It's pecked at the sides of this, and it just kind of snuggles down and takes a nap, and then it gets up and flops around and moves spaces every so often. You can see, oh. I just know as soon as I turn the camera off, it's gonna come right out. See, so the ducklings make that little pip with a little sharper protrusion on their bill. And then they start to poke their little way around the wide end of the egg. And basically, they just make a crack on, and it ends up with a little cap of a shell there on the end. And once they get enough of a poke around, they can just push right through, and that little top cap will open up, and there they are. And they look so pitiful when they're born, all wet, and but when they fluff up, then they look like the ducklings that you're probably used to. Come on, baby. Push, push, push. It's right there. Oh. I wonder if this one's going to be a lighter color. We have several different breeds of ducks. We have black ones and brown ones and white ones and blonde ones. And oh, I heard a crack. Oh, my little lonely one is about to have a friend. It's hard work for a little one. There you go. 9:23. Another one was just born. The next morning, guys, I really thought we'd have more, but here are the two from last night. They are very energetic little ducklings there. And then this one has just hatched. So I took the top off to get the empty shell out and to clean up some of the gloop in there. But you can see we've got others. Ducklings always tend to take longer than little chicks. Don't know why, but it is a lesson in patience. So you're nibbling at my fingers. That little black one was nibbling at my fingers. So sometime today we'll get these two out. They have fluffed up well. We're still going to leave them in here for right now with this new little one. So I'm going to get the cover back on and I'll keep you updated on how we do for, I guess this is day 3 technically. All right, it is now right at 3:30, and our first mallard, oh, he's back there in the corner, if you can see. I gotta tilt the camera. That one is hatched out, and the second mallard is getting very, very close. Let's see, where is it at? There, let's see if I can get in there. Let's see if it'll focus. Oh, there it is. It's hard to see.
Mama.
What, baby? Can you give me baby apple? One of those things, a banana chip? Let's see. Yeah, it's about to go too. So here, I'll show you what we have over here in the brooder now. Oh, baby. Here, let me go show. I'm going to show everybody the duck babies. We got 3 little babies over here right now.
You 1, 2, 3.
Yes. 1, 2, 3.
Daddy, that boy, that five. This boy, 5.
So they are energetic little things. They're doing good. So we'll see how many more we get. I don't know how long this process is going to take. It just keeps on going. But I'll keep you updated. All right, end of night. Are we night 2 or night 3? I think we're night 3. The first night we just had some that pipped. Second night we had some hatched. Third night we are now up to 6. 6 cute little duckies. There they are. And they're just hanging out here. They can get under the heat lamp, or they can kind of get over here where I'm at, away from the heat lamp where their water is. So they've got options. As far as in the incubator here, I'm starting to get a little concerned that we've lost some of the ducklings in some of these eggs. I'm sure there's some in here that weren't fertilized, but when I use the little flashlight thing here to candle the eggs, I can see several that look like there is a fairly large duckling in there, but I'm not seeing movement, and that concerns me. So we're holding out. There are several here that have pipped, so I am expecting more to hatch. The duckling process just is always so drawn out, but right now all the hatched ducklings are out and in the brooder, and what we're left with are just eggs here in various stages of hatching. So I will keep you updated. Okay, just got up this morning, and this one is just squirming out of its egg. Just in time to see another one born. So this would be baby number 7. Look how pitiful they look when they first come out. Sarah and I have decided that today we're gonna do some investigating on what eggs look to have living ducklings in them and which ones do not show any sign of life, because there is an awful lot of eggs in here still. I'm not feeling really optimistic. I hope I'm proven wrong, but I'm not feeling really optimistic at this point. So we are going to do some investigating and just see. We may be removing a significant amount of eggs today, and we may be helping out what ducklings may be left here if they look like they need help actually hatching from the eggs. Okay, Sarah and I just did a quick sorting. There's that little baby that hatched recently. All these eggs here in the back have no pip marks whatsoever in them. So we are still going to investigate these more and candle them to see if there's any sign of life. The only ones that do have pip marks are these 5 here right now. And we've expanded the air holes slightly so those babies can breathe a little bit better. Now I am going to move the camera over here and show you guys on the counter. One of the little mallard babies did not make it. So if that's something that you do not want to see, go ahead and turn your eyes, because I am going to show you a little duckling that didn't make it. Here we go. Okay. So I found this one in the incubator with a pip hole in it, and I put it up to my ear and I listened, and I could hear nothing. Usually you can hear a tap tap or a little peep or something, and there was no sound. Okay, so you can see right here is its little bill right there. Its head, its body comes in here, and its little head tucks around that way. Now so it looks like a perfectly formed, you know, absolutely made it to the end duckling. If I can peel this little bit of membrane away, the yellow right there, that is the yolk. And what happens at the very end, a lot of times the babies will pip that air pocket and the shell, and then they will kind of rest for a little bit. And during that time, their little body is absorbing that orangish yellow egg yolk. And that's what supplies them with food, energy for several days after they hatch. They don't have to go out finding food and water. They're good for several days because they've absorbed that yolk. The fact that this is still here with this little one tells me that it lasted long enough to go ahead and pop that air pocket and to pip the shell. But during the absorbing the yolk process, you know, I don't know why, but something happened and this one didn't make it. So we were hoping to grow our, you know, the few mallards that we have. So I'm especially sad to see this one go. We had 4 mallard eggs in there. 2 have already hatched and are in the little broody pen here in the dining room kitchen. And I've got 1 more living that has not hatched yet. So I will keep you guys updated. All right, new day, next day. I'm not real happy today, guys. So we have 10 healthy, awesome little ducklings in here. And there is one, okay, let me come in here. I hope the red light doesn't,
Do you want me to take that out of the light?
the little gray one, that little silvery gray one right there. It just has, I don't know what combination it is. It's just got a different coloring than the other ones, but it's so pretty. So it was one of the last ones to hatch yesterday. Oh, so put me back, put me back. So they're all doing good. They're happy and healthy in there. Okay, now we're gonna go over here and see. There's a whole bunch there that we checked on yesterday that were either not fertile at all. The cayuga eggs showed no sign of growth whatsoever. And this whole carton right here, I'm not going to go in close because I know a lot of you are sensitive and don't like seeing things like that. These were, we had, you know, these were fertile. And we had things growing in them at various stages, but they did not make it. So extremely disappointed. We have never had a hatch rate so poor as this. So what's in the incubator at this point? We have these 5 eggs right here that do have living ducklings in them right now. They never did pip on their own, so we had to go in and assist. And we've given them time, many hours now, to try to get out on their own, and they're just not making progress. So we are going to have to get aggressive on this today, I think, and see if we can save these 5, help them get out. Everything, if you read up on this, they tell you not to. That is a last-ditch effort to actually help them out of their shell, but this has just gone on a long time. Okay, now on this side, we've got, there's 4 more. Let me see. Okay, right up there at the top. There are 4 on this side that do have ducklings in them, but I am not seeing signs of life. So I'm afraid they're going to get added to that carton of, we're not going to get babies out of those. In addition to that, there is one, where is it at? This second one from the top there. We have not done anything on it. When we candled that one, when we shone the light through it in a dark room, there was movement inside there. But the baby looks considerably smaller than a ready to hatch, which makes absolutely no sense. These were all put in the exact same time. I don't understand. I'm going to do some more research on this incubator here. This is our first time using it. And for a first time, I'm just not that impressed. I believe it was 41 eggs that went in there. And this is just, it makes me so upset. So I will keep you guys updated to see if we can get these last 5 out of here, and then that would give me a total of 15 ducklings, which is a great addition this year to our homestead. And I will just keep you guys in the loop.
It's almost out.
Oh, is it not yet? I'm hearing all the noise. I thought for sure it was out.
Yeah, I think it was actually struggling a little bit, so I moved the eggs around
To give it more space.
and it was able to pop its head out.
Okay.
It's still got its rear shoved up in that egg.
Such a relief.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have ever stressed out so much about little babies hatching out.
There we go.
Awesome.
Oh, it's tired.
I bet so. Okay, so now I have hope that the others,
Yeah.
maybe
I know this one here.
has made progress.
Yes, I see. It's cracked a little bit more.
Have you pointed out the one that is at the small end of the egg? Yeah.
This one?
Yeah, they're on the bottom on the right side.
Yeah, with the membrane still covering it a little bit.
They're supposed to peck and hatch out the large end of the egg. And this one is at the small end, which is not ideal. I've never had one do this either. Do you remember one ever doing this? So
typically, if they do that, it doesn't end up well in nature.
yeah, we will jump in and help if we need to. Oh, I'm so glad. So that's number 11.
Yes.
Okay, another day, another update. I don't even know what day we're on at this point. I think I've got ducklings in the brooder back here behind the camera. I mean, I think they're 5 days old at this point. I have never had a hatching extend for this amount of time. It's just, the incubator stinks at this point. I have, there were 3 eggs left in there. 2 of them, and I'll show you here when I turn the camera around, 2 of them, the duckling is in the wrong direction. Typically when they hatch, the duckling's head, the beak is at the large end of the egg. 2 that were in here, their head was at the bottom, the skinnier part of the egg, which I don't know why that happened either. Just, this is just an odd hatching, very abnormal, not a good hatch rate. Lots of the ducklings didn't make it. Number 11 just hatched, and I'll show you that in just a second too. So right now we've got 1 that just hatched like less than 10 minutes ago, 1 that has pipped, but again at the small end of the egg, not the large end like it's supposed to, and then 1 that looks like it's about a week behind in development from all the others. It's just crazy. So I'm going to turn the camera around and I'll just give you the update on day 72 or whatever this is at this point. I'm exhausted from losing so many of them and second guessing ourselves and questioning, what do we do? Do we leave them? Do we assist? It's been exhausting, just emotionally exhausting. So here, I'll show you where we're at this point. Okay, Abigail just corrected me. She said this little one here is actually number 12. I have 11 in the brooder, and I'll give you a glimpse in there. So this is one, again, it came out the small end of the egg, and it was able to get itself out, its head, its neck, and the top part of the torso was able to come out, and I did have to help after that point because it was a smaller opening there at that end of the egg. This one over here that we have in the cup, okay, so the story behind this one and why it's in a cup. The large end, here, I'm going to open this up real quick and I'll just show you why. Oh, you guys, again, this thing stinks. Under a normal hatching, this thing would have been done and washed up days ago. So, okay, this little egg here. So we have it in the cup because we did assist and help to open up the big end of the egg. You see that? Well, that's not where the duckling's head is. So we're trying to keep this membrane moist. So we have a paper towel misted with water, and we're keeping that in there to try to keep that membrane moist at this point. And every once in a while you can see a little duckling beak. It did pip on its own on the small end. So we're going to give it time to see if it will absorb the yolk, and maybe it will begin to crack the ring around this small end. And once it gets, you know, the majority of the way out, like this little one did, then we can assist the rest of the way. But at this point, I'm just so scared to help and then not have the yolk be absorbed, and there's so many oddities here. And then this one, we've put a star on the end of it. There's movement inside, but it does not fill up the egg. It looks much, much smaller than it should be for a ready to hatch. So, okay, I'm gonna put the lid back on this so this one can stay warm while it dries off and to contain the stink a little bit. But I will come back with another update whenever there is something to show you guys. And before I forget, Abigail's reminding me of things while she's cleaning up here. Here are the other 11 that are in the brooder, and you know, some of these at this point are going to be like 5 days old. Yeah, they're mess. They're big enough to where they started making a mess of everything. Ducks are just known for being super messy, so they will get the water everywhere, and they will mess up their bedding as soon as you change it out. It'll be a mucky mess in no time. But they're eating, they're drinking, they're putting on a show. They have a good time. Some really, really cute ones in here. I like all the variety in their coloring and stuff. So the ones we did hatch out are healthy and happy. We just did not get as many as we were hoping for. I'm going to show you guys what this little stinker just did back here. This is the one that hatched out, that was at the small end of the egg. It has knocked that other egg out of the cup, and it is taking over the cup. Look at you. So I think we have decided that we are going to move this little guy into the brooder with the others as soon as it dries off just a little bit more. And then, let me see, over here we've got Abigail. And we've got turkey eggs going in the small incubator. And I think we're going to shuffle those around slightly and put these 2 remaining eggs in there just to stay warm. And then we're going to take the bottom part of this incubator here. The top part is what has all the electronics on it. The bottom part is the stinky, nasty. It's awful. I just want it cleaned up. And we're going to hose it down and let it warm back up again. And then we'll put the 2 remaining eggs in there, especially if this one really truly has another week of growing to grow for whatever crazy reason. There is absolutely no way I can let this stinking thing sit on my counter in my kitchen for another week like this. So that is on the agenda for today. We're just going to give this one a little bit longer to dry off and fluff up slightly. Oh goodness, it's an energetic little one. And hopefully we'll get the stink out of here. This is what it looks like when you give them fresh water. They hover around it. They're cute. Yep, they love water. And that nice clean water will be a mess. I give it 2 minutes, is what I give it. And it'll be a murky mess, but they will love it. Okay, and then just for an update on the incubator here, let me plug these back up here. So, I did take it outside and gave it a little bit of a scrub. It's not a thorough... What, baby? What is it? What'd you find? Oh, the egg basket. Thank you, baby. Gave it just a... swished it out with some water. And so it's not clean, but at least it doesn't stink anymore. And put these 2 eggs back in there. You can see this one, it's still working on it. We're hoping that it's able to get itself out without any more assistance. So, whoops. I'm going to leave this cracked. Did you hear it? Listen. Oh, there it is. Sticking that little beak there through that hole. I'm hopeful maybe we'll get 2 more. So the never-ending duck hatching. Hold on, I'll need to pick you up so you can see. Okay, so I'm leaving this cracked a little bit because with me washing it out, it is too humid inside there. Even when I remove these, the humidity is staying up too high. So I am going to leave it cracked a little bit until it stabilizes after that washing. But what? Oh, your messy face. You like your banana chips? What? Right there? That's for me? Mm-hmm. Thank you, baby. Okay. So Andrew and I are trying to figure out whether to assist more. This one pipped on its own, but all this flaking away of the shell we have helped with. And this is the one coming out the small end. This is all we've got left. And this is the one we tried at the large end, only to realize, this baby is not in the right position. It's at the small end. So, I want to just go ahead and get it out. But, I don't know. This is hard. Okay, this is what Andrew and I decided to do here. We assisted a little bit more. Here, let me just open it up real quick and show you. Okay, here's what Andrew and I decided to do tonight. We assisted a little bit more. We chipped a little bit more off and gave it a little bit more room. And in the morning, if we haven't noticed any change in it pushing itself out of its own, then we're going to get a little more aggressive here. But I'm just so worried about the yolk not being absorbed yet. That's my biggest fear. That's what's holding me back. So we'll see how this one looks in the morning. Alright guys, morning update. So Sarah got up early this morning. First of all, you remember that Andrew and I chipped away a little bit more on that egg, on that shell, to try to help this little one because it was in backwards. Its head was at the shorter end of the egg instead of the bigger. And so when Sarah got up this morning, she saw that the duckling had a wing sticking out and it looked to be struggling. So she helped assist it some more. And then at that point figured out that the yolk was not absorbed, which is that's the thing that worried me. But logically, if I have 5-day-old ducklings, oh, is that for the milk?
Probably.
Okay, that's a timer for the milk. So, but logically, if I have 5-day-old ducklings in the brooder, it did not make sense that there would still be one that had not absorbed its yolk yet. So What has been done is this is in a little styrofoam cup with a moist paper towel, and this way the baby can still be snuggled up. It's not moving around all over the incubator here, pulling on that yolk. It still has time to absorb more of the yolk. If it doesn't absorb enough of the yolk, that's pretty much a death sentence for the little ducklings. So this is really important. And also, if it would drag around what is still attached to it, it could rip, and basically it would be kind of the equivalent of pulling on a baby's umbilical cord. So we wouldn't want that to happen. So that's why it's in the styrofoam cup, and just worn out by the end of this week, this duck drama. It's a cute little one. So hopefully this will give it enough time to absorb more yolk, and it can be included with the others, but I'll let you know. I gotta go take care of milk now. The timer's telling me to get milk. We flash freeze it for 30 minutes after milking, and then it transfers to the refrigerator. So that's what I'll go do. It's upsetting, guys. All right, guys, 24 hours later, it's the next day, and we have babied this little duckling. Let's see if you can see underneath there, the little something hanging right down there. It's off his belly button, kind of. At you. So when it was first hatched out, it had the big yolk mass. It was gloopy. Yeah, there was yellow mess. You can see in the bottom there, just from the yolk dissolving, and it was messy. It was moist. We tried several things. We wanted to keep the little one contained, so we set the styrofoam cup upright, put some wet paper towel in there, and just plunked little duckling in there. And for the first several hours, it just slept. It rested nice and peacefully in there. But then it started to get a little bit more energy and kept knocking the cup over and then trying to walk around inside here. And we were so worried that it was going to step on the dangly yolk mess there and kind of pull on its insides, is what we were concerned about. So we tried several things. I should have gotten it on film. We took some gauze and on 2 different times tried to make a diaper, basically wrapping it around its belly and legs, and that did not last long. This one has a lot of energy, I will say that. That's good. But and then we ended up taking a piece of paper, cutting a hole there for him to stick the little head through, and tried to contain. We just laid the cup like that, and you know, just said rest, lay here and rest, to confine. But this morning it busted out through the paper, and here, let me show you this. Oh, hold on here, hold on, baby, hold on. It has shriveled up considerably now, so it's not a gloopy hanging mess, and we're not concerned about him stepping on it. Now, I don't really want to put him in with the other ducklings because I'm afraid they'll pick at it. So we are keeping him warm inside the incubator, well, when the lid is on, keeping him warm in the incubator, and we'll put out a little bit more food and water. He has drank a little bit, she, I don't know, has drank a little bit, but not really interested in eating much. So this one might actually pull through. I'm hoping this video actually has a happy ending with all the, I don't know, not fun parts of losing ducklings. I'm hoping I can report a happy ending here. All right, so the little one has made it. I'm gonna show the belly there to see. You see that piece dried up right there? That's, whoops, I'm about to drop the camera. I've got the wrist strap on, so it's okay. We are gonna go ahead and try to introduce this one to the rest. And see, we don't want them to pick on him.
Just show him where the water
him or her.
is.
Okay,
he
you
took
can
a
get to
drink.
the water. And the food.
There's the food. Okay.
Because if you can see, he is a lot smaller. This is how many days have passed in between the first ones being born and these last ones. It's amazing how big of a difference there is. So,
Let's see if they peck at it.
look how big of it. This is how long we waited for the last ones to be born. Oh, look out, buddy. Yeah, we're just gonna have to duck sit for a little bit and make sure everyone's being nice to him. We've got to get that other incubator cleaned up. It is yucky at this point. So, okay, if you've noticed, we put the different waterer in here. Here, Sarah, I'm gonna scoot around and show everybody the waterer. Ducks are just notoriously messy, and this waterer with the holes cut in the sides allows them to drink but not splash water all over the bedding. So we use this for a while, and then once they get bigger and bigger, we have a larger one with larger holes for larger heads in there too. So, all right, we're just going to be duck sitting for a while, and we'll remove the little one again if they are too aggressive for him, but we will see how this goes. Hopefully it goes well. Okay guys, it is almost a week since that little baby duckling finally did, hatch out and absorb the yolk, and where we kind of ended it, let's just see how this thing goes. So I'm about to show you, duckling's doing great. I'm outside right now and a storm is blowing in. So it's a little bit ominous out here. Oh, the light turned off, but yeah, it's a little bit ominous out here. Oh, and the light turned back on. Isn't that great? Okay, so I'm going to take you back into the shop. We have finally put the little duckling in with the big ducklings. And when I show you guys, there's a big difference in size between all the ones that hatched out earlier and that little bitty one right there at the end that, it took forever to finally get. Oh, I got a bird. There it goes. I'm right here next to the carport, and there's a bird's nest right here, and it landed right there by me. Okay, I'm distracted. Duckling's doing great. I'm going to show you the difference in size. Today is the day we finally added little duckling in with the big ducklings. Been separated for a week. It took a week for that little umbilical cord stump, that black hardened mass, to fall off. And we kept it separated because we were afraid the bigger ducks would pick at that mass and do some harm. So let's go on into the shop and I'll show you how everybody is looking. Okay, I want to see if I can show this to you guys. I want to turn that lamp off. Oh, there they are right there. Okay, so I'm going to set this down. No, I'm going to set it over here. I'm working it out here, guys. And let's see. Okay. You see all these big ducklings? The little one is right there. Look at the difference in size. It's just teeny tiny. It's mixing in. They did a little bit of pecking and picking on it today, but it's starting to work itself out. They're getting all settled again. There you go. I want everybody to get along and be nice. So they're getting big. They're doing good. A lot of these here are a good, 5-6 days older than the little one there. But we didn't get the number of ducklings that we were hoping for with that many eggs in the incubator, but the ones that we did get are good and healthy. And they look strong, so we're excited about that. All right, guys, that is it for today's video. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me during the whole duck drama thing. And I'm glad we could bring you guys a happy ending. So I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to do the thumbs up and double check that you are subscribed. And then if you could tell others about Ozark Family Homestead, it would help our family's channel grow. And we would be ever so grateful. So, all right guys, I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching Ozark